So today, I'm here to introduce to you a gentleman who's a dear friend of mine. He's helped me immensely, and he's been a consultant to some of the biggest companies in the world. But he's also shown people how to get started from nothing. And I know that's what he's probably most proud of. So I want to introduce to you Mike Koenigs, my dear friend.
What is your superpower? Is it your ability to predict the future in your industry like Elon Musk, or envision and create new products that your customers don't even know they need, like Jeff Bezos and Amazon? Or is it your ability to increase your customers' confidence in the boardroom, the ballroom, or the bedroom like Sarah Blakely and Spanx? Now, whatever your superpower is, chances are it's driven your success over and over throughout your career, and chances are the talent you have is what's most susceptible to your self-doubt, self-sabotage, hiring the wrong team, and what happens when you can't get out of the box that your current business and circumstances lock you in. If you know that there's a next level for you and your business, and if you know that there's a creative upper limit that is calling you, but you're stuck in the day-to-day working in instead of on your business, you need to accelerate your superpower. My Superpower Accelerator process helps you find and monetize value in your business you don't see in a reliable, predictable way. So you are freed up to serve your customers rather than pitch, because you have a consistent, repeatable, and replicable message that can be everywhere. And rather than selling, you're investing your time and energy into innovative and creative processes that you truly love, and are spending more time with your family and the things that matter most to you. We create conversion collateral, content that breaks the trust barrier and rapidly convert right fit prospects into paying customers. For example, this message just came in right as we started shooting this video. How are you? Amazing! Delivering the first live program and sold more new clients in the past week than I did all last year. Now, I get messages like this on a regular basis from very happy clients. And I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say, our process works so well because you're here. We targeted you. You fit a very specific profile we look for in our clients. So when was the last time you had a chance to really work on, not in, your business? To blue sky your dreams and visions, peel back the layers, and rethink everything and get clarity on how to get leverage and exponential growth. Collaborate with people who inspire your best thinking, or figure out how to spend 95% of your time in your superpower. And if you've worked with advisors, consultants, coaches, or agencies in the past, you know projects start with the best of intentions but usually don't produce results. And even if you do find good talent, you probably have to babysit them to make sure they're prioritizing the right things at the right time, or repeating yourself, teaching the language of your ideal customer. That's not what you should be doing. You're already overwhelmed and you don't need more stuff to manage. And I know this because I've lived the same entrepreneurial dreams and nightmares you have. I built and sold 5 businesses, including 2 to publicly traded companies. And I've been creating brands, marketing systems, and platforms for over 30 years. Now that includes working with BMW, General Mills, AT&T, 3M, Sony, 20th Century Fox, Bulletproof Coffee, and celebrities like Tony Robbins, Tim Ferriss, JJ Virgin, Brian Tracy, Darren Hardy, Dave Asprey, Richard Dreyfuss, and many more, big and small. Now, before I share some case studies about entrepreneurs just like you that we work with, here's my personal story. My first business cost me a marriage. My second and third nearly cost me my life, my second marriage, and relationship with my only child. And over the last 20 years, I can think of 3 times my current marriage almost failed because I was distracted and not present. And in 2012, at age 45, I was diagnosed with stage 3A colorectal cancer. And then came major surgery, 4 months of intravenous chemotherapy, and 33 radiation treatments. Now, cancer almost forced me to shut down my 2 software companies, which would have ruined me. But the great news is, I'm cancer-free. I feel as healthy today as I did when I was in my 30s. And those 2 companies were sold a year after my recovery to a publicly traded company. And that provided financial relief and about a month of rest. Why? Well, of course, I started another company and I was back on the entrepreneurial hamster wheel. And that's what growing up in a small town with very few resources A fear of running out and not having enough does. And 6 years later, I heard something in me say, my soul hurts. I was increasingly depressed, and I'm not a depressed kind of guy, but I was full of anxiety, and even though the new business was generating millions with great margins, I knew I needed a transformation. I just didn't know what was broken. I got really honest with myself and concluded I didn't love what I was doing anymore. I had become a human doing instead of a human being. I hired great coaches and advisors. I did some deep personal work. And in the span of 6 months, I quit anything that didn't inspire me or create fulfillment. And I found a buyer and sold that business. And then I focused all of my attention on falling back in love with my wife of 20 years and deepening my relationship with my son, Zach, who's now off to college. And I know who he is and he knows me. And our home life is stable and happy, and it's always getting better. You want to know what I did next? You guessed it, I started another business. This one is the Superpower Accelerator, but this one is completely different because it was designed from the ground up to adhere to the principles of fun, freedom, impact, and connection. And I know in my heart that if I would have had a Superpower Accelerator, I wouldn't have gone through all this pain. And a lot of aggravation and disasters could have been avoided, not to mention a near-death experience. But it's obvious to me that every business owner needs a Superpower Accelerator, a trusted advisor and chief breakthrough officer, just like every great athlete needs a world-class coach. So speaking of fun, freedom, impact, and connection, I'd like to introduce you to some entrepreneurs that I genuinely love and am honored to serve. Strategic Coach is the recognized worldwide leader in entrepreneurial coaching with over 3,000 active clients worldwide. They sell to a sophisticated audience. And I've been a member for nearly a decade, and I've known the founders Dan Sullivan and Babs Smith for over 15 years. So we dug through nearly 150,000 leads, over 3,000 clients, and hundreds of data points. We interviewed key leaders in the organization. We created new systems for accelerating sales, including a 6-minute video Dan Sullivan calls a work of art and the finest piece of marketing this organization has seen in 31 years.
There are certain individuals who I have been able to collaborate with and who I've coached over the last 45 years that really stick out, and Mike Koenigs is one of them. To know Mike is to remember him forever, because he brings a combination of three things: enormous intelligence, creative intelligence. The other thing is phenomenal energy that he brings to every engagement. And the third thing is passion. Anyone that Mike works with, he's passionately interested that that person should experience the transformation that's actually appropriate for their life, for their unique abilities and unique skills. So it's a great pleasure now, because right now in my 45th year, I've just started a new collaboration with Mike. And so many of my fans who are out around the world are really, really excited that I have this new partnership with Mike.
Guy Costin from Dakota has raised over $35 billion for their clients in the financial industry. However, scaling their business is difficult. So we produced Dakota Sales, a new training and product to turn their intellectual property into recurring revenue and a platform to exponentially grow brand value.
I first met Mike about a year ago, and I almost didn't go to work for him because I had no idea what a Superpower Accelerator even was. And after I talked to him on the phone and I watched him at a few events, I realized this guy really knows what he's talking about. I have a really good sense that he can do some pretty great things. How many times do you really get the chance to get away by yourself with marketing experts where you have 2 to 3 days just to download, and then you walk away with some unbelievable breakthroughs that you didn't even recognize before you walked in the door? And I gotta tell you, it's one of the happiest things I've ever done. He and his team, they really know what they're doing. There's an enormous amount of breakthroughs, and I guarantee you'll get a really high return on your investment if you take the time to come and work with their team. So I recommend do it now.
Next is Project Moonshot, one of our most exciting collaborations. Now imagine if America's Got Talent, Shark Tank, and Y Combinator had a baby to give Generation Z, 14 to 24-year-olds, an opportunity to pitch a world-changing idea to a panel of venture capitalists, celebrity influencers, business mentors, and major brands. Winners receive a prize of $500,000, half for continued education and half as a seed investment. And imagine if you were a young person and got an experienced VC to start your business and give you a platform, a celebrity influencer to launch your idea to millions of followers, a mentor to provide the wisdom and character to be successful, and a major brand to support your infrastructure. Now, we've been responsible for the name, logo, branding, pitch, business model, and Moonshot Live, a free concert that could be the largest digital online event in history. And Project Moonshot is a true category of one brand that can change the world with Gen Z's help.
You know, my experience with Mike K and the team has been, it's been unbelievable, right? So we wouldn't be here right now. He's brought unbelievable ideas, but also the execution and the deliverable on those ideas. And I really think that Mike cares about this as much as I do. And I think he's putting his heart and soul into it. And when we're out pitching to the clients, I mean, this is a business acceleration group that's building our content and our messaging and building the production around it. But he's pitching our ideas to our clients too and selling it. So, you know, to me, it's I couldn't have asked for anything more.
Justin Donald is a smart, talented investor with a superpower for finding opportunities, making low or no risk investments that produce cash flow, equity, and passive income. Now, when we first met, he didn't have a website, product platform, or social media presence. But our collaboration resulted in a unique category of one brand, the lifestyle investor. We created a framework for his IP, book, and big ticket offers. We published articles in Entrepreneur and Forbes magazines with the hook, Justin Donald is the investment world's new Warren Buffett. And in only 8 months, he enrolled over $1 million in new business. His book hit #1 on the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, and Amazon the week it was published. His podcast, Interviewing Millionaires and Billionaires, is in the top 1% on iTunes, and he's generating over 1,000 inquiries and opportunities every month, and now has access to nearly anyone he wants in the financial world.
I woke up and the Entrepreneur article had gone live. I had all kinds of feedback and comments on social media. My phone had so many unread texts, emails. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous the amount of buzz that's happening. Just overnight, I had 17 people that wanted to find out information to opt into one of the 2 programs that I'm offering. And these are significant programs, one of which is over a 6-figure a year price point.
Misty Lown spent decades in the dance industry coaching 300 dance studio owners. Now, we repositioned and repackaged her as a visionary force in the multi-billion-dollar face-to-face studio industry, bringing reinvention, personalization, and virtualization to dance, gymnastics, yoga, karate, Pilates, spin studios, and more. And we helped her achieve the impossible, differentiation in a fiercely competitive and challenging market during a global pandemic. And we featured her an Entrepreneur with the hook, the Sarah Blakely of the studio industry.
Mike Koenigs is a living library, so it didn't matter what question I had, he would make a connection and be able to pull the right book, if you will, the right connection, the right Rolodex, the right reference, the right story. So it's just really fun to have a conversation with somebody who has that breadth of knowledge, but that can actually take you deep into whatever it is that you need.
The challenge most financial advisors and wealth managers face is that most of them sell plain vanilla run-of-the-mill offers. Charlie Epstein is special. He has a very unique superpower and a background in theater, comedy, and improv. He wanted to make money funny, eliminate money myths, and attract clients to work with him in a completely different way. So we assembled a television writer's room of professional stand-up comedians. Together, we wrote a play, and Charlie Epstein is now the only financial advisor in the world with a one-man comedy show, Yield of Dreams, Paychecks for Life. The intellectual property and story has been extended into an app, digital course, animated series, and documentary that was produced at the original Field of Dreams in Iowa. Yep, the movie. Now, it's a true Category 1 brand that is funny, fun, and capitalizes on Charlie's superpower.
I'm so grateful to Mike because he was so persistent and he saw something in me that I just didn't see at that moment. Well, flash forward, we just spent the last 2 days with a team of the most amazing comedians, and of course Mike, who has the most amazing gift in finding the right people, putting together the right team, creating the most amazing collaboration, and 2 days later, we have the structure, framework, and content for my new one-man show. So if you're looking for a miracle, because that's what just happened here, a miracle in 2 days to happen in your life, Mike's your man. Mike's the miracle man. Please reach out to him and he'll create a miracle for you too.
Now that's what the Superpower Accelerator is and what it does for you. We help you find and monetize value in your business you don't see and give you the tools to make it happen. Your current business needs to grow right now, not a few months from now, so you are freed up to serve your customers rather than pitch. And that's because you will have a consistent, repeatable, and replicable message that can be everywhere. How would you feel if rather than selling, you're investing your time and energy into innovative, creative processes that you truly love and are spending more time with your family and doing the things that matter most to you? So, I made it really easy. To make this happen, you really have 3 options. Number 1, remain stuck, do nothing, or do it alone. Number 2, you can go down the generalist route. You can throw together a team or try to take your already busy, already overwhelmed people and try to makeshift it, or work with generalists, freelancers, or agencies that don't understand who you are, your messaging, and what you're doing. And as they say, if you think it's expensive to hire a professional, wait till you hire an amateur. You'll spend a lot of time and money and make a lot of mistakes along the way. You gotta ask yourself, what's your time and peace of mind worth? Number 3, work with us, the Superpower Accelerator. We're a team of pros. We collaborate and implement this with you effectively and in a way you can feel confident in your direction. We'll create, innovate, reinvent, and we'll have fun while we're doing it. You just have to remember, you're not alone, and you don't have to do this yourself. We want to help, and we're here to help. And we know what works, and most importantly, what doesn't work, and we won't waste your time or money. So moving forward, super easy. First, schedule a conversation to tell us about you. We've got a no pressure, no obligation onboarding process that is second to none. And we dig deep into your vision and goals as a business owner. We come up with a plan and give you the clarity that you're looking for. And then we start with a one-on-one Superpower Accelerator Vision Day workshop. It's 2 to 3 days, virtually or in person, and we have clients all over the world. Singapore, Canada, Australia, Spain, India, Mexico, and the United States. And we create conversion collateral with you in days, and that includes new products, stories, content, media, sales scripts, webinars, or campaigns, and whatever else we dream up. And we may develop a new or upgraded identity for you and your business, a brand that you can step into immediately. And it's common for our clients to start sales conversations days after we begin working together. Then we follow up with an integration session, which takes place about 2 weeks later. And that's where we go over any additional questions, ideas, or loose ends. So now's the time to ask yourself, are you in or out? It's really easy. Just schedule a discovery call by clicking the button below. We'll get to know you, your business, and identify exactly how we can best support you. You've already met a few clients who have experienced incredible results, like Strategic Coach, Geek Hostin, Project Moonshot, Misty Lown, Justin Donald, and Charlie Epstein. We have dozens more success stories in every imaginable industry. And ask yourself, how many lost opportunities and time will you miss if you hesitate? And what happens to you while your competition takes action before you do? And I believe it's your turn. It's your time. So we're looking forward to finding new ways to monetize your value, grow your business, and turn your unique superpower into a category of one brand.